Hello viewers, good evening. This is lesson 2 of web development stroke websites. Now this is the cover for lesson 2. It's going to be looking like this. This is the cover that you'll find at the video, and it's HTML lessons, lesson 2, HTML links, styling and heading separation. Now in this lesson, or in this tutorial, or in the video, I'm going to be teaching HTML links and text styling, that is text size, text space, text size, face, and actually there are 3 categories of text styling and color. And then I will also display heading separation. Now this is the second tutorial about HTML. Now by the end of the video, I'm supposed to have done these 3 pages. One page is a home page. The second page, if I click at this link, the second page is, of course, here. The second page, the information regards page 2 of the website, and the third page is here. Now you see that there are 3 pages where I can navigate through all of them by just clicking the links. The links actually push me to the various pages that make up this simple site. Okay, I'm going to be using a folder, and I'm going to be renaming it as links. I'm going to rename it as HTML links as the major lesson as of now. Now, having opened my folder, what I'm going to do, I'm going to just head to Notepad. I'm going to click at the start button, then I load Notepad as my text editor, so that I first save it into my folder, save as, and then I look for my folder. My folder is at desktop, then it is HTML links. I open it, then I can rename this as page 1. Now whenever we are studying links, what we should mind about is when you're giving your page a name, your page name should have nothing like mixture of letters, spaces in the renaming. You know, the case should be uniform so that your links can properly work. Using an example, if I open word processor here, using an example of word processor, if I click at this, then I display some renaming. Now when you're creating a lot of web pages and you're planning on linking them, the renaming you should avoid is this. For example, if someone renames as page, you see the P is capital and the rest of the letters are small, page.html. If you rename like that, it means that you should be able to remember the mixture of characters you did. You see the first capital, the first letter is a capital, then the rest are small. So that is a tricky renaming. So you should not rename in a tricky way if you will soon forget the renaming you did. Now another tricky renaming is this. If you rename as maybe page, if I rename as page, then I leave space, I put 1, then .html. Now that is also tricky because you've left some space here, and when you're trying to link, you should be able to remember that you left space here. Now what is the right way of renaming when I have links? I can rename the right way by typing page.html. Now that is not easily forgotten because all the letters are small. Actually, this P is capital. All the letters are small, and there is nothing like space before a 1. Now even if you decide to rename with capital letters, make sure that all letters are capital and you have no space, 1.html, because it is the easiest way of renaming your pages you're going to link. You may not easily forget that. Now that was just part of the renaming. Now you see, I'm renaming as page 1. All letters are capital and the number 1 is also there, .html. I give it all files, then I click at save. Now you see that in my folder HTML links, I already have page 1, and it's of course renamed in the right way I want, because I'm going to use links. Back to my text editor. In the first video I made about HTML, I talked of this basic code. So I'm going to just type a basic code of HTML. If you've been looking at that previous video, the basic code is there. HTML, then I'm going to just open the head tag, then I close the head tag. In that video I talked about the closing of the tags. You open a tag, you close, and the way we type when you're writing the HTML language. I'm going to also create a title tag, open the title tag, and then close the title tag. I can give my title tag HTML links sorry, HTML links in the title tag. Then at the end of the head tag, I'm going to put the body tag. I rename it as body, then I type body. Okay, now in the body tag, it's where I'm going to start typing what I want to be visible in my Chrome or in whichever search engine I'm using. Now according to the example I have, I want my page 1 to have this heading, the home page, as the heading. Of course it is even styled in that way. It is red, it is big, it is underlined, it is in the center. All that styling, it's what I'm going to do at the first page 1. Now at the page 1, I'm going to simply type the home page. Then I first save this. Now I've typed the home page under the body tag so that it is visible in the Chrome. I'm going to run right now. So if I save this, or if I go with Ctrl S, then I right click at this, I go to open with, I click at Chrome. You see it's now running, but it is not like this. It's running because I've typed the home page in the body tag and it is visible. So I just want to put my heading, of course, in the center, then I underline it, then I give it that bigger size, then I give it that style. I always like that style, Algerian. I have just picked Algerian as a font style in word processing, and so I'm going to use it right now at my heading. Now back to my code. If I want to make changes at my heading, what I'm going to do, I'm going to locate where the heading starts from. It starts at the T, and it's within the body tag, but starts at the T. Now what I want is, I want to format it in the way that I've seen here. I'm going to start with the center and then underline. I'll start with the two, center and underline. Now if I want to edit my heading, I'm going to mind where my cursor is. My cursor is at the start of the heading, then I type center. Then I'm going to close the center tag at the end of the word. Now why do I close the center tag at the end of the word home page? It's because I want to center this only. If I just open the center tag, then I don't close it, it means HTML may even center all the content I may type in the body tag, which I may not want. So I've opened the center tag, then I've closed the center tag immediately at what I want to put in the center. Let me run, Ctrl S, then I go to Chrome here, then I run. You see it is now in the center. I'm now pushing to the underlining. Now even the underlining is just as easy as putting a U I may put a U here at the start of the center tag. I can decide to put a U, and then I can close a U immediately here. So U means underline. I want to save, then I run. You see my heading is now underlined. Now I'm going to push to a bigger size and a color and a style. Now if I want to give my heading a bigger size, a color and a style, what I'm going to do is this. You see I've put the U tag, which means underline, and I've put the center tag, which means putting it in the center. Now I'm going to push to the font tag. A font tag is so important when you, of course, when you're changing the font size, the font color, the font style. So the font tag is so important, and the font tag is going to come at exactly where the words or where the text begins, the home page. Before the T letter, it's where I'm going to open the font tag so that I do whatever I want with my heading. Now I'm going to open the font tag. I want to type FONT. You mind the spelling font. If you type a wrong spelling, for example, if you put a U, it may not run your exact match. So having opened the font tag, I'm going to close it there and then, and I'm closing it at where my heading ends. It ends at the letter E, so I'm going to close it at the letter E. Now I've opened the font tag. It means I'm going to go back to the font tag I've opened. If I close this, I'm going to just go back to the font tag I opened. I put what I want to change. For example, I want to change the size equal to, which size do I want? I want a size of plus in the quotes, a size of plus 20. That is one. What else do I want? After putting the 20, I put some space, then I type face. Face is like a style. Face equals, I said I always like Algerian. I want to type Algerian as a face or a font style. After typing Algerian, I want to go at this. You mind where I'm putting my cursor in the video. So I'm going to put a color equals to red. I want my heading to have a color red. So after putting all that in the font tag, I put a size equals to plus 20. Face is equals to, in quotes, Algerian, and color is equal to, in quotes, red. I want to save this, then I go back to my search engine, I run. You see my heading is now changing to the font I want, red, bigger size, underline, and a face or a style. Now having put my heading in page 1, remember I should have 3 pages, and according to the example I'm having here, I'm supposed to have at least 3 pages in my website. Now I can close this, then I remain with only what I want. I want this, and then I'm going to just create another page. Now if I'm creating another page, I'm going to just I may not necessarily go back to Notepad, then I repeat the basic code. It could be frustrating. It could take a lot of time. Remember, at times you're hurrying through the site, you're in an examination, you're doing something quickly, and you need to push things in a fast way. Now I'm going to just highlight this code I've just written in page 1, and then I copy it, Ctrl C. Then I'm going to just click at File, then I go to New. So I've just bumped into a new notepad. I'm going to paste. Now I've pasted the information that was in page 1, but this is the second page because it's not even renamed. So where I had home page, before I even go to home page, let me first save. I want to click at File, then I want to go to Save As. I want to locate desktop and my folder. I'm using HTML links. I rename it as page 2. Mind the renaming, capital letters all through, no space. If you're using small letters all through, no space. We shall see why I'm talking of the renaming. .html. Then here I'm going to click at all files, then I click at save. You see now in my folder there are now 2 pages, but before I even run page 2, I want to first change this. Now it's no longer the home page, this is the second page now. So I want to change home page only to second page. So I've typed second page. Then I can save, Ctrl S. Then I can open page 2. I see whether it is running. Now this is page 1, this is now page 2. So I'm going to just go to page 3 as my last page. Now page 3, if you saw what I did, I'm sure you can also do this with me. Page 3, I'm going to just click at file. Actually, you could copy, but I'm sure my computer still has what I was copying in the clipboard. But if you're not sure of that, you can highlight, copy, go to file, then you can go to new, then you paste, and then you save file, then save as. You go to desktop, you locate your folder. I want HTML links, then I give it a name, page 3.html, and then I select all files. Now the saving of HTML is also important. Mind how you save. Then click save. You see I now have 3 pages. I'm going to just change second page to third page. Third page. Ctrl S, and then open your third page. You see whether it runs. Now there are 3 pages and they're different, but I've been saving them while copying and pasting. Now this saves a lot of time. Instead of going to a new notepad and retyping the basic code, what I've been doing, I think it can help you save a lot of time you would have wasted in retyping the basic code. Okay, now those are the 3 different pages. They are the 3 different pages that are supposed to be in my site. 3 different pages that is supposed to be in my site. Now I can decide to link them. There are 3 pages, but I can decide to link them, of course, using links. I can decide to link them. Now how do I link them? I'm going to use a link tag. Now this is page 1 as an example. Maybe to separate these pages, I could put some small content. For example, this is the code for page 3 according to the renaming. I want the code for page 1. It is here. I'm going to right click at page 1, then I go to open with, then I go to notepad. This is the code for page 1. And in the body tag, I can type something like, this is the first page of our site, and it can also work as a home page. Yes. Now I've typed something in page 1. I can save it, then I can go and see whether page 1, if I refresh, you see page 1 has some content there. It's just here. It's just normal content in black, and maybe I can try to make some changes. Like I can break. This is our site. This is our first page of our site, and it can work as a home page. I can decide to break home page. I can put my cursor here. Then at the start of the home page, I put a tag BR. I can put a P to make a paragraph. Ctrl S, and I save. You see, home page is now pushed to the next line. This is the code for page 1. Now I'm going to go to the code for page 2 because I want to type something in page 2. Right click at page 2, open with notepad. Now with the body tag, at the end of the heading here, I can press enter, and I can type some information like, this is the second page of our site. I can save that, and I can open page 2. You see I've typed some content there, and it is really there. And then I'm going to page 3. Page 2 was here. I'm going to page 3, page 3, page 3. So I'm going to look for the code of page 3, right click at page 3, select open with, then notepad, click at the end of this, hit enter, then you type something like this is page 3 and it is the last page of our site. Thanks for visiting, as an example. Ctrl S. Then in Chrome I go to page 3 and then I refresh. Now it means page 1 has something, page 2 has something, page 3 has something. Actually, this is page 3, this is page 2, then this is page 1. They all have content. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to link them using a link tag. I'm going to link them using a link tag so that I see how the link tags work in HTML. Now let me first close the pages apart from I think the codes. Let me actually close everything plus the codes, close. Then I remain with the 3 codes. Now these are my codes. I want to go to page 1, right click, then I go to open with. I want to open it with Notepad, then I want to open it with Chrome so that I see what I'm coding and then I see the result I get. Now let me first zoom in, control, then I scroll with the mouse so that I have something better. Now I'm going to put a link tag here, and the link tag is supposed to be taking me to the other 2 pages of my site because I've created 3 pages. Now how do you put a link tag? Now we put a link tag, of course a link tag is going to go in the body tag. I'm going to click at the end of this, then I hit enter. In the body tag I'm going to type something like use the following links to navigate all the 3 pages of our sites. That is something like use the following links to navigate all the 3 pages of our sites. Now when I type something and I feel I want to see what it returns, I'm going to first save, then I run from this. Now this doesn't make sense because it's at the same line with the words. I want to push it down. Of course I've been always talking about the break tag BR, then I save so that it is pushed at least slightly down. Now use the following links to navigate all the pages of our site. Okay, where is the home page? Home page. I think the home page can have the break tag as well. Then I can use a P for this, just tidiness here. That is better. Use the following links to navigate all the pages of our site. Now under this subheading, it's where I'm going to put the link tag, of course, to link to the other sites, the other pages I've created. Now when I'm typing the link tag, I should mind about this. A link tag has it is A space href, and then I close it immediately with A. Now that is the link tag. It is A and then space href, and I've closed the A. Immediately I've opened the link tag. Now whenever you see something like this means a link tag. Even for learners in ordinary level, this means the link tag, it's responsible for linking various web pages in a website. Now after typing the link tag, I'm going to put of course equal signs after the F. I'm going to put equal signs, then I open the quotes. The question is, what do I want to link to? I want to link to a page called page 1. Now I talked of the renaming at the start of the video. Now it is so important for you to rename the right way, the way I was talking about, because When you type something slightly different according to the renaming you did, then the link tag won't work. For example, if I type small letters instead of capital letters, it won't work because I renamed using capital letters all through. That is why I'm also typing the page with uppercase letters. So link to what? Equals page 1 dot, I want to link to that page. Page 1 dot HTML. I want to link to that page. Then here, before the closing of the link tag, I can type something like click here for page 1. Click here for page 1. Now that is not case sensitive like this one here. So that's why I'm just typing something like click here for page 1. Now let me first run this. Let me run this, Ctrl S, and then I see how my machine is going to behave. Now it's already putting the link here, but looks funny. So at the start of the link tag, I'm going to break, Ctrl S, so that it is pushed down. Use the following links to navigate all the pages. Now I want to even use the following links. I want to put all that in the center. So I'm going to go to the start of use the following links. That's why I'm putting the center tag to the start of use the following links. I can't put the center tag at the link only because it could only put the link in the center. That's why I'm putting the center tag at this use the following links. Now even here, I can decide to close the center tag from here. Ctrl S, then I save. You see my links are now in the center. My links are now in the center. And before I even see whether this link works, I want to go and create the second link. The second link is supposed to be in the center tag. That's why I'm clicking here. I can press enter. Then my center tag is still pushed down so that I put my second link in the center tag. Now I said the link has this href, it is a first, then you close the a there, and then after the f equals 2, what do I what do I want to link to? I want to link at page 2 html, because I renamed it page 2. I renamed these pages page 1, page 2, page 3. You see the folder I have here, I renamed them page 1, page 2, page 3. That's why even in my code here, I'm typing page 2.html. Then here, in between the tags, I say this is not case sensitive and it may not even affect your link, but you can type something like click here for page 2. Click here for page 2. Then I can save this and then I run my codes, but they're on the same line. I want to just break this link BR. Of course, I'm opening BR at the start of the link. I want to break it. Ctrl S, then I go to Chrome, I run. You see there are now 2 links that should be loading to the other pages. Now lastly, I want to create a link for page 3. I want to click here and then I hit enter. I type something like a BR because I want to break the link. Then I type AH. Even if AH is in capital case, it's also not case sensitive, but for uniformity I want to put mine in lowercase. Then I renamed in capital. Now this is so case sensitive, page 3.html, the same way I typed it when renaming. I had even forgotten to close the A. And if you forget anything here, this text editor may not even show you where your mistakes are, because after all, we are beginners. You're watching this and you're studying HTML for the first time. You need a text editor that is pushing you to know more about HTML without actually having a lot of help with you. Now I can type something like click here for the last page. Click here for the last page, Ctrl S, then I go back to my Chrome, I run, click here for the last page looks funny. I can put something like that page, that's better. Ctrl S, click here for the third page that I have, click here for the third page. Now you see my home page has all the links. If I click at link 1, of course this is page 1. If I click at link 2, I expect it to take me to page 2. You see, if I click at page 2, it takes me to page 2. Then if I click at page 3, it takes me to page 3. But again, if someone is using your website, I think it doesn't make sense for someone to click at the second link, then it takes them to page 2. And page 2 has nothing like a link to take you back to page 1. So all your pages should have links that help you navigate easily instead of using the arrows here. Now like page 3, I'm in page 3, but there's no way I'm going back to page 1. There are no links here, so use arrows, which is kind of funny. So what do I do? Now this is my first page, and the links, my links have started from this heading here. Use the following links. I want to just highlight these links. I'm going to highlight from the center, then the links, then center again. Then I copy, Ctrl C. I go and open a code for page 2, right click, open with Notepad. I go and open a page for web 2 somewhere here. I press enter, I paste, I save. Even page 3, I open the code for page 3. I click at visiting somewhere here in the body tag, press enter, Ctrl V, paste, save. Okay, now after saving, I can go back to my Chrome and I click at, this is link 1, page 1, link 2, page 2. You see now in page 2, I have links that can help me navigate. I may even want to go back to page 1. I can click at page 1, it will take me to the home page, which is page 1. Page 2 is the second page. And if I click at page 3, wow, you see page 3 also has the links. Click here for the third page. So if I click here, I'm already in page 3. If I want to go back to page 1, I'm going to click here. So that is how you can put links in HTML in your website. But again, it is kind of tricky with the renaming and with the copying of this link to all pages. So I beg, when you're watching the video, you can pause and try to also do it on your computer. You see whether it will work. Now the links are so important in items of practical item 2, ordinary level, senior 4. This video is so important for any learner who is studying web design and they want to create over 2 pages of code. So the link tag is so important to a learner, and I beg that you could rewatch the video on a lot of occasions that you study the link tag. Now having put the link tags, I can first close all my codes and then I push to something else. Okay, now this is page 1. I can open it with Chrome. This is page 1. I can open it with Chrome. Then again, page 1, I can open it with Notepad so that I can do some formatting. Now this is page 1, and in the video cover I talked of separations. A separation, of course, just like the word separation, it is dividing your top content from the rest of the body. For example, I may want to divide my content. I may want to divide the 2 lines I've typed here from my links. So if I want to divide the 2 lines I've typed, they stop at page, home page, somewhere here, they stop here. So I'm going to click here, then I press enter, I put the HR code in tags, then I save, I run, I see what my computer does. It's going to divide my content from the links. Maybe I want the links to be separated from the content. That's a nice tag for us there. Now you can divide by use of that tag. It's the choice is yours. You can even go to page 2. For example, if you're with me, you can open this. You can open page 2, and you can open it with a code, of course. Then you can also go to this, click at page 2, and then its code is here. If I want to divide site from the links, of course site is the last word. Maybe I want to divide it from here, site, press enter, put the HR code, Ctrl S, and run. Now it's not doing what I want, so I want to go back to my code. It seems it is dividing the heading of the links, which I don't want. So the HR is supposed to be, I want to delete it. I want to put it here, site. This was the site. I want to put HR, Ctrl S, then I run. So it's doing what I really want. Now these are the 3 different pages. If I click at this, page 1, page 2, page 3, those are the 3 different pages, and this is page 3. I'm going to do something like text styling at page 3 as the last part of the video tutorial. Now when you want to style your text, when you want to give your text, of course, some style, some colors to make it attractive. For example, if you look at my heading in the 3rd page, it is kind of attractive because it's having that color, it's having that style, that face, that size. Now even the rest of the words can be formatted according to a user's preference by use of a code. For example, I'm going to start with this word, page 3. I want to change page 3. I want to give it a different look because maybe it's my choice. So if I want to give this word page 3 a different look, what do? I want to go back to the code of page 3. So what I'm doing is I'm looking for the code of page 3. Page 3 is here. Right click at it, select open with Notepad. This is the code for page 3, and I want to change only this page 3. I want to change only that. Now when we are word processing, when we want to change a word, we highlight it, then we give it whatever we want. When we are coding with HTML, we should identify this word in our code. Now what is the word? This is the word. This is it in our code. That is the word. After identifying the word in our code, we're going to give it a code to change it according to our preference. Okay, now where the word starts, it starts at the P. That's why I was trying to identify where the word is. If you can't see where the word is in your code, it means you can't change it. But if you can see where the word is, it means you can start typing your code in front of the word. Now I've typed my code font. I've opened font at the word, and I said I only want to change page 3. Those 2 words, they're the only words I want to change. So even here, I'm going to close the font tag there and then after the 3 word, because it's the only text I want to change. So in the font tag, I can introduce a color. Maybe I want a color equals to, I can choose a color gold. Then I can give it a size equals, I can give it a 2. Then a face. A face is like a style. A face, I can give it Tahoma. I'm just picking these faces from word processing. If you know some word processing, Tahoma. I'm going to save, Ctrl S, then I run. I see whether the word changes. Now you see page 3 changes to that color because I've given it, I've subjected it to a code to change it. Now for example, if I want to change this word thanks for visiting, of course I'm going to just go back to my code. This is my code, and then I look for the word thanks for visiting. I'm looking for the word. Let me give it a bigger size. Thanks for visiting, thanks for visiting. This is it. You see where it starts is where I put the font tag, and where it ends it's where I put the font closing tag. If you don't close the font tag, your colors may affect the entire text, which you don't want. I want only affect thanks for visiting, only that. That's why I'm opening the font tag and I'm closing the font tag at the end of the word. Fonts, color. Which color do I want? In quotes, I may want a color, let me see, I want a color red. I like red. Then I put a space. Which size? I may end at size if I want. Which size? I want a size of 3. Ctrl S, go back to Chrome and refresh. Thanks for viewing. Changes to what I want. Now that is how you can change the colors of a word. That's how you can put links in a website. That's how you can separate your text from the, maybe from the links category, etc, etc. Now that has been all for the video, and this tutorial has been about HTML links, it has been about text styling, and it has been about heading separation. Now this is lesson 2 of HTML, and lesson 3 awaits of the same language. Now the December month, like I said in lesson 1, it's going to be mostly about HTML, and it is so important for learners that are heading to the S4 class and they want to do item 2 of that paper, the practical paper, and item 2 is web design. Now this is it for the video. Thanks for the views, thanks for the comments, thanks for the feedback, thanks for it all, thanks for the views. I can close everything, even at your computer. You can close every code that you've been running, and then after closing everything, you could maybe go back to your pages and try to test them whether they are linking to one another. For example, if I click at page 1, this is what I've been doing at page 1. If I click at page 2, this is what I've been doing at page 3. And if I click at page 3 here, this is what I've been doing at page 3. That is it all. Bye bye.